Hello, you beautiful people out there. Welcome back to another episode of FTB OceanBlock. As you can see, I've done a little bit in the background. I moved our reactor, I moved our little system in there. It will be in the middle of that, and it's going to go up, and this is all going to build out. And I've built a nice little wall and room around for our little machining room. I did go ahead and also make one of these magma crucibles because we need a little bit more lava production, so I'm just seeing which way is going to be a bit more productive. As our lava keeps running dry in here, if we've got everything running at once. Unless I go ahead, as you can see there, it does drop down. So once I've got these three running, it slows right down, which is unfortunate. Cool. It's unfortunate. So we need to pump up production, so what I'll be doing is probably moving all these out, putting in an ender chest, pumping from an ender chest into this bad boy, and then have all the lava production over here in some magma crucibles, as well as those guys, because they don't require anything except some cobblestone. Probably have sitting up here somewhere, bringing down into something. This is just to power it to see how easy it is, but with netherrack it's actually 1-to-1, so yeah, and then pushing out into an ender tank somewhere. So I haven't really done anything else in here. Just, oh, I forgot to take those out. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've done there. What I did do, though, was I made our little greenhouse down here. And we've got one garden cloche going. But what I did at the end of the last episode, which I cut out because I sounded incredibly boring and bad and terrible and horrible and all that sort of jazz, was I went ahead and, it's actually in this backpack, made the energizing rods and the energizing orb, and I upgraded them to hardened, which is the golden iron mix, and then I went ahead and made a couple of blaze and a couple of diamond conversions. So the blaze goes to blazing and the diamond goes to niotic. So if we have a look now for niotic, we've actually got 4, and because I haven't been sleeping, we've got phantom spawning. Come here, sunshine. Come get some. Yeah, so with the niotic, what I want to do is turn it into a seed. So we need some supremium. Now, how much supremium do we have? 3, so we need 1 more. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get enough to get 1 more bit of supremium out of all of this jazz. So we got 80 in that, and I'll go and grab the rest out of here. We may just get there. Bugger, we've got to get some more inferium before we can get that seed, but the other seed I did make and put in here, should have a few iterations of it done by now. Blazing crystals. No, it doesn't seem very practical to get in and out of there, but I've got a plan for that. Don't panic. I always have a plan. Sure, they're usually terrible and horrible and a very bad idea, but it's always a plan. So we've got 6 blazing crystals. We could use those to make some upgraded magmators, some ender cells, some energy cells, some blazing capacitors, and all those good things. But I think we're just going to upgrade our... what do they call it? I think we're just going to upgrade these guys. Oh, that's easy. There we go. We upgraded one. If you're not sure how they work, they are very, very simple. You literally just put them on a power cable, and then you put the energizing orb like right there. And if you want, say, the emerald stage, you find a couple of emeralds and you chuck 1 in there. All 3 rods will zap at it, and as you can see, it takes a while. The other cool thing I went ahead and made at the end of the episode before was the player transmitter. If you're not aware of what this does, it's very similar to a part of what the Flux networks do, and that is just constantly transfer power to the player and the player's inventory. So you just get a binding card, you right click with the binding card, it binds it to you, then you put that in the slot, it lights up, and it tells you that it can transfer 8 KRF tech, and now anything we have in our inventory or on our backpacks or anything like that, as you can see now, is just constantly getting power. Now you can do that dimensionally by getting a binding card and hitting an Enderman with it, or an Endermite, whichever one you can find first. And then you can transfer that through the dimensions as well to make that a little bit easier on yourself. And we're almost there. We could have sped that up a touch. Let's go. Nope, fine, throw it on the ground then. There we go. Boom! Now we have a Spirited. So we need 4 of those again to turn it into a seed, which we will, but we need a lot more Supremium. So what I also went ahead and made was a whole heap of clear glass. So what I was thinking was, say, if that's going to be the doorway, then we would have it 3 wide, so coming out there and out there, and then say something there we go, and then one down here. And what I was going to do is put the clear glass in, because if you make it in a tinker smeltery, it doesn't have lines between them like normal glass. So I can actually get like corridors happening with nice cool see-through glass. And then have another building that comes out from it. So if I seal this bit in, let me close it up like that. Yay! No water left inside. Ta-da! Then we can use that to bust our way through there, and then make this wall whatever we like. And we can keep expanding outwards, and we can see everything we need to through the glass. And then we can go down levels and up levels and round levels. So I might actually have just this one that comes out to a nice big central one, and this one will be an off branch, and there'll be different corridors leading to different places and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so if that's our plans, how do we go about transferring power to all the different areas? Well, we know that the power mod actually has the player transmitter. It does have another one called the Ender Gate, but we've got nowhere near enough Ender Pearls to even remotely set that up. But as fate would have it, our quests and barrel breaking exploration stuffer-majiggies has presented us with almost as enough to get us our Flux networks up and running. So in the meantime, I think I'll go ahead and do that. And all you need to make Flux is a bit of lava and a bit of redstone in the jars. Bam! We've got Flux. So we'll get a couple of recipes of that. There we go, we got 36 now. Now we should be able to make a Flux controller. There we go. And we should be able to make a Flux plug, because I think we already got some points. Or was it the other way around? Might have been the other way around. So we need a point, and I think we got plugs. We did, we got 4 plugs. So plugs let you pump into the network, points take it out of the network. So all we need to do is plug it into here. Then we need to set a network. Please select a network. Let's create one, call it Funders. And of course it has to be purple. Doesn't need to be passworded. Awesome. Now we select it and it's Funders. So if we select this one as Funders, done. It's now transferring power. If I go into here and say just plug it into that, for example, select it to this, it's now pulling 200 FE a tick out of this, or into this I should say, creating us a whole heap of lava. So now, instead of having cables that run everywhere, I can literally have maybe 1 or 2 of these points with cables that run around and join all the machines up, and these points will supply enough, and we don't have to have them going everywhere. But this bad boy isn't meant for here, we've already got power here. No, this bad boy is meant for the greenhouse. Or I should say the greenhouse module, because that's what it's going to be. We're going to have different modules everywhere. So now we can set up our garden cloches over here. We've got the water being pumped in. We've got our seeds being produced. Alright, we finally had enough to get another Supremium Essence. So I've got two choices now. I can either make the Niotic Seed, so we can up our power greatly, or I can make this bad boy, because we got enough out of these guys before to make 4 netherite ingots. So I know which one I'm going to go with, because I did go ahead just then and put a whole heap of these guys in and filled them all up with Inferium. So yeah, let's go ahead and make the seed. Alright, now that interruption's out of the way. Bam, there we go. Netherride Seeds. Never have to worry about netherite again. And guess what we've got? Imperium Farmland. That's better. Just went and replaced it with this cable. And yeah, netherite seeds growing. Netherite essence. Wow, need 8 of them to make 1 ingot. So I did want to move our little setup as well. And put it in the middle here. Up here, where I'm going to hide all the rest of them. So all the other drives will be hidden up in here. And all our crafters and stuff will be up the top there. And down here we'll have our pattern managers, crafting managers, all that sort of jazz. And then over here, maybe I'll move them out 1 block and have them sort of in line so we can have different ones on different sides. But yeah, now we're all up and running again. And if you're wondering what this little structure over here is, this is going to be our mob farm. So I'm going to have a mob masher sitting sort of block up here, about here. This will be dark glass, and that will be Blursed earth. So it's going to create all different kinds of mobs. Then I'm going to get the item collector sitting here, push it into a draw wall, which is going to sort of fill around here. Cool, mob masher. Ta-da! You can also upgrade these bad boys, so we need a lot more iron swords. That could be enough. And we want a lot more gold nuggets, apparently. And another stack will do it. There we go. You can get up to 10 of these guys. And then we want looting upgrade to get better stuff out of it. So there we go. We make a little bit more dye though. And we'll get a few more looting upgrades out of that. I'll go a bit more. Oh, he's greedy. There we go. We got 8. That should do it. 6 damage, 8 looting. That should be enough to pump it out. Also want a fan or 3 to push the mobs in. So I'll go with 3, 1 on either side, to face into the mob masher. And we'll grab a fan up. Oh, we need feathers. I didn't think of that one. We'll definitely get plenty of those in the Blursed earth anyway. So we need some semi-stable ingots. And these guys don't explode as far as I'm aware. I really hope they don't. And I made some dark glass as well. It's very simple to make. It's literally glass with a bit of coal in the middle. And we're going to set up this very, very easily. So we're going to put a fan on each of those little spots. So the dark glass goes around here. So I think there is a bit too much light out here at the moment to put this together. So let's set up a small draw wall. Cool, alright, it's getting dark, so we'll have to move quick. So we've got our Blursed earth, and this stuff works really fast. Oh, this is going to be terrible. The good news is we got an ender pearl out of it. Alright, take 2. Mob masher, that down there. I'm hoping that the lever can work through the block. You turn the masher on. Yeah, look at that. Now, if we pop a lever on the fan, there we go. Anything that walks near that will get pushed into it. Oops. That's no good. No. Close enough. I'll fix that later. There we go. Alright, now let's get our item collector. Now all I've got to do is set filters for all of this stuff. Or set a spot, I should say. No, we can go there. I'll get a key. We can lock the whole system. Take the quantify key as well. We can lock it, and we can get them to show everything. Now, it's only going to accept the items we put in there. Not that one. Alright, that seems to be functioning pretty well. Now that we're getting a few feathers through, we'll be able to make those fan upgrades. This is what I've filtered so far. Just popped them all in different drawers. I'll get drawer upgrades. I'll pop all the drawer upgrades on, and then I'll get void upgrades to pop it all on again. Just to make sure that everyone isn't going to overflow and block up the system. What I'll have to do as well is get a trash can, pull it from the pipe into the drawer controller first, and whatever doesn't go into there will go into the trash can, so it makes it a lot easier to split things like your leather caps and your bows and all that stuff. So basically, if you filter it first and just let it run for a while and nothing fits, right, you just go like that, and whatever you've got left in your inventory is pretty much what's not filtered in there. So black wool's not filtered, we'll keep some of that. String not filtered, so that can go there. And let's see this one. Sticks. And feathers. Feathers aren't filtered. There we go. Now they are. Cool. So let's grab some feathers. Let's go make some fan upgrades and we can get them in quicker. Now they're getting pushed up and then pushed into the mob masher straight away. The only thing it's not picking up appears to be is the experience. That's a bit weird. Unless it needs a tank to push into. Or it doesn't pick up the experience. Absorption hoppers I know do, so we might swap over to one of them. So let's go make one of them. Go, and then we need a tank. No, not a tack. A tank, not a tank. A tank! Alright, we'll do an ender. No, we don't want to do an ender tank. Oh, we didn't put it into that one. What do we got? What's nice and easy to make that's fairly big? That one was 16 buckets. We do one of them? No, we need plastic for that second tier. We didn't need it for the first tier. What about mechanism? First one's 14, 28, 56. We could possibly get to the second. We'll get to that one. Really? Alright, that's it for the start with. Let's just go and put that on. So, down is items. There we go. And if we chuck a tank and go up is fluids, it's going to push all the experience into that. Cool, alrighty, I think we're ready to run a pipe over to get it into the main system, and we'll see what starts to come out. There we go, we'll let that run for a little while. The hard part is figuring out whether I want this machine turned on and off. The best solution I saw was in System Collapses Sky Factory 1. I believe it was, unless it was in his OceanBlock series. But he basically just put a dispenser with a water bucket in it, and anytime he wanted to turn it off, he flicked the lever on it, put water in there. Mobs can't spawn in water. And then when he wanted it back on, he just flicked the lever and pulled the water bucket back in. I think that's probably the best way to go about it, considering any light in there destroys the earth. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I think I've still got a piece on me. So this is the Blursed earth. If you put it down... Okay, guess light doesn't destroy it in this one. Huh. Maybe it's only the cursed earth that destroys. Okay, never mind that. I might chuck a light on there. If it destroys it all, it's not that hard to make anyway. So I'll put a light up here. Like a lamp or something that I can turn on and off. There we go. We've got plenty of room for more items to come through. Haven't seen anything yet that hasn't been filtered, but we'll probably get a few other coloured walls and stuff to go in. A few other bits and pieces. If we need more drawers, we got more room. We got slaves, we can wrap it around the corner. There we go. Nice, easy mob farm. Oh, iron ingot. There we go. See? And then almost voided some iron ingots there, so we want that. And we got food for days now too. Look at that. More redstone coming in, glowstone coming in. Whole heap of this stuff coming in. Ah, we're super rich now. Yummy, 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 I got steak in my tummy. So I went ahead and made all the void upgrades as well. So we'll apply that to all of these guys. So how we go? Ooh, we get tridents. Nice. I'm actually going to put that in there. Alright, last bit. We've got enough blazing crystals. And we're going to make a reactor. There we go. Oh, we need frames. Of course we need frames. Why would I think we didn't need frames? Alright, let's try that again. Boom. Blazing reactor. Now if I chuck that right there, we'll get a bucket. There we go, and we want some blue ice. But we're going to make that a couple of those. With some dry ice first. Oops. No, good. Gimme. Gimme. Thank you. So we'll chuck that in, we'll chuck that in. Now, we'll chuck that in. And we're making 19,000 RF a tick out of this bad boy. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Do need a lot more though, because Dennis in the comments pointed out that the Netherride sluices have a buffer of 81 million RF. So we do need a couple of good generators, which is what the spirited crystals are going to come in handy for. And once I get a few of those up and running, we will be able to make like 10 of these sluices if we need to, and smash them all out. Get as much lava as we need, pumping it through this bad boy. How much have we gone through? Look at that, not even half this chest yet. And that bad boy over there is still like just producing it, nearly 20,000. So definitely way more than what we needed. That's also all the time I've got for today. So if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you didn't like it, hit that dislike. Well, that's all the time I've got for in this. Nope, try again for the third time. Well, that's all the time I've got for this episode. If you've liked it, hit that like button. If you didn't like it, hit that dislike button. But if you want to see more content from me in the future, hit that subscribe button. And I will catch all you guys in the next one. Toodles.